What's going on, everybody? Demarco and Eric here with another episode of Deadlifts, Dogs, and Dad Jokes. We're very excited to have some fun with you today. Got another really cool guest on, and we're going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about how fitness has changed this person's life. We're going to, of course, talk about dogs. It's one of my many passions, and we're going to have some fun. Like we always say here at DDDJ. We are here to help you become your strongest self and have some fun along the way. So we want fitness to be a welcome space for everyone, and it should be fun. It doesn't need to be militaristic or anything like that. So, anyways, I'll step off my soapbox. That was the end of my my TED talk. Thank you. So, without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Mr. Devin Naylor.
Yo,
there he is. What's up, man?
What up?
How we doing, man?
Man,
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing well. I don't think I've ever met you.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah. So Devin, this is Eric. Eric, this is Devin. And so Eric and I, we go back a few years. He was one of the trainers at BSC Wellington with me back when I first started. And he went off. He went to another company and trained there, and he's obviously killing it over there now. And then like Devin is, he was a member at BSC. We did his fitness orientation. We talked about, his goals and everything, and he was hitting it super hard. Obviously you still are, and made some amazing progress. And then he ended up moving to New Hampshire. But we've, stayed in touch on Instagram and kind of messaged each other. And he sent me videos all the time of like his lifts, and which look great, by the way. You're freaking killing it, brother. So it's definitely, I'm excited. I'm very excited to talk about, fitness, dogs, and all that kind of fun stuff. So Devin, if you just want to kind of open up, why don't you kind of start off with kind of what brought you to the BSC in Wellington, kind of to us sitting down and meeting for the first time?
Well, I was working out before BSC, like at the local YMCA, because back in high school, that's the gym that I felt the most comfortable in.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the most results in. So I was like, you know what? Let me go really start this journey here. I know the gym, I know the people. But all my friends were at BSC. Everybody was at BSC. There was like 7 of them. The kids that I hung out with every day, grew up with. I was like, you know what? Let me just go join this gym. It's a little further, whatever. I don't care. And I just joined just because all my friends were going there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I met you, doing your kettlebell swings with Sean.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it was weird to me at first. I didn't even know what a kettlebell was. You guys stood out to me with those kettlebells. And now, dude, I do that stuff almost every day now. These kettlebells have changed my life, Demarco.
Hey, that's awesome, man. I loved it. I love to hear that. And you'd be surprised how many people have that kind of same narrative, that same story about, about kettlebell training and fitness in general, just really helping them, helping them kind of change their life for the better. And man, no, we did your orientation, and you already knew, you already had really good deadlift and squat, technique. You had a lot of experience with the barbell. So it was kind of cool. You took to the kettlebell very quickly because you already understood how to hinge and how to squat. So, I mean, teaching you the swing was very, very easy. You weren't like a bare bones beginner. So, and you wanted to learn. When you have a willingness to learn and apply the, what you have learned and practice, that's what trainers dream about, man. We give advice to everybody. Everybody will ask us questions, and we'll give it out. But let's be honest, like 80 to 90% of the people, probably even more, don't ever practice, put it into practice. So you definitely have. I mean, you've been freaking, you've been killing it, man. So I love to hear that.
Appreciate that, man.
Well, I like what you said, Devin, already, how you're practicing the skill daily, right? You're pretty much working out every day. That's huge. It's, treat it like a skill. I think people go into it just trying to burn their bodies out and just burn a ton of calories. In reality, we're working on a skill, not just, burning calories to, and think of that as like the weight loss journey. So that's really cool.
Yeah. I didn't want to just come in the gym and do a bunch of random things to lose weight. Like once I started hitting the gym, I found a passion for it, and
Right.
like it saved my life. Like I was always sick and unhealthy, and I couldn't even see my toes. Like I was like my dad, my grandmother, everybody got diabetes in my family, and I was borderline diet. Luckily, I'm not diabetic, and I like to think that I stopped that. And but like I wanted to learn the things because I knew that starting this, like I knew I was going to do this for like, forever. I wanted to do this in the future, so I really took the time to try to like really learn the stuff that I was doing, learn the form. When I saw people doing different things, I took the time out to try to talk to them and learn what they were doing. That's what drew me to Sean and Demarco. Is I never seen a kettlebell before, so I was just like, "What are these dudes doing every day?" And I wanted to learn it. And to me, it was weird, like them doing that every day. And I'm not gonna lie, Demarco, like I was saying, like, dude, like these guys don't even work out. Like they're just swinging
Yeah.
this thing around. Like, and that's what it looks like. And until I'm really doing it, and dude, these kettlebells give me a beating every day till this day. No matter how much weight I lost, no matter how strong I got, I'll tell you, these kettlebells destroy me. And I like that. I like that it was just they put me in my place, and I thought it was weird, and it didn't work until I learned it. And that's what makes me keep wanting to learn new things. I keep seeing different trainers with different styles, doing different workouts that I've never seen, and it just keeps me so interested in this field that there's just always something new that I can learn, and I like that.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, there's a lot of tools in the toolbox, and just keep learning. Obviously, kettlebell is one of many.
Mm-hmm.
DeMarco and Sean, they're big in the kettlebells. I'm big into the barbell stuff, but I'll do. I mean, I think have a versatile toolbox is key, and seems like
Yeah.
you're starting to branch out to that. Where are
Mm-hmm.
you training now?
I'm at Drive Custom Fit up in
Okay,
Salem, New Hampshire.
awesome.
I actually work with Sean,
You do. Oh,
so
very good.
I'm around him every day, and
It must be awesome.
it's lucky. Like I feel good like having someone here that I knew when I came here.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
it made the
What,
trip.
what what are you guys currently working on now? Like, what's some skills you're working on now?
Me, I'm basically training by myself. Um, I'm kind of just like cutting fat, trying to cut body fat. I just actually finished a boot camp program that we have that we do here at Drive Custom Fit, like a winter boot camp. Like every season we do a boot camp. It's a 8-week course. There's a level 1 and a level 2. And the level 1's more about like strength training. There's more sessions, and the level 2 was all nutrition, like
Mm-hmm.
macros, calorie counting, hitting the minimum calories you need to hit. And once I heard that, that was the next thing that on my list that I wanted knowledge in is nutrition and the macros. It was always confusing to me. Everything was confusing about macros to me. And then
Yeah.
I've been doing it for the last 8 weeks, and like, and I learned a lot more stuff doing the level 2 with the nutrition, and that just made my like journey even just like go to the next step. That like now I know what calories I need to hit. I know what percentage of like proteins and carbs and stuff I need, and I know if I'm not hitting it, I'm not getting the results I need, and like I'm actually eating more, like way more, like 1,000 calories more than what I used to, but I'm dropping weight faster and dropping body fat percentage faster, and it's stuff I would have never knew if I didn't do this course. So like I really I really like it here. I'm just, everything that I wanted to do on my list is happening. Like what I wanted to know.
It's great. And as you know, the journey continues, right? There's always more to learn. And I'm sure,
So,
I'm sure Sean has more and more he teaches you, throughout, right? You're still working with him, right? You said you're still,
yeah, he's like my go-to guy for any questions about anything, whether it's lift wise, nutrition wise, whatever I need about it. Like he's always right here. He's my go-to. So, but like right now, like you asked me what I'm working on. I'm mainly focusing on my diet, and because that's the thing that I've been struggling with forever. Mm-hmm. And cutting some body fat and fat. I'm not really lifting heavy too much. I was trying to build strength for so long, just heavy lifting, and I kept dropping weight and my strength was going down, and I just wanted all these things at once. I wanted my strength up, I wanted my body fat down, my weight down.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it all at once.
You want it all, yeah.
And it just wasn't happening. So right now I want to focus getting to my goal body fat percentage, my goal weight, like the look. I never not had a gut. I never not had the inner thigh fat. Like I want all that. So I want to get to my goal body, and then I'm going to worry about like building my strength back. I need to put that pride aside with my strength and just focus on like actually building like me where I want to be at.
Yep.
Because I can't do everything at once, and I'm starting to figure that out now.
Yeah. It's frustrating though. You do want to try, it's
like I'm hitting, like I'll hit PRs one week, but then I'll cut a bunch of weight, and then now I can't even come close to that weight, and it's just frustrating. I think there's something wrong, but I just want everything at once, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah. No,
but like me focusing on one thing, it's like it's made it more smoother. I'm less stressed about it, and like I'm more happy coming into the gym. And just because like I'm not hitting that PR I hit 2 weeks ago, like I don't care. Like I know it's not like it's not a problem. I'm just focusing on one thing right now, and then I'll focus on the next and the next.
Devin, that's great stuff, man. I love it. And I love your humility, your willingness to admit, the stuff that you don't know that you want to learn more about.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, trust me, I get it. I mean, even, Eric and I, we've been coaches for years. We're coming up on a decade, by the way, Eric. We're knocking on the door of a decade in the game, which is crazy. But I still fall prey to scrolling the Instagram feed, and I see some jacked out dude that's super ripped, and let's be honest, is probably on anabolic steroids, and he's like really ripped. He looks like he's ready to step on a bodybuilding stage, but he's also slinging super heavy weights. And I also see that and go, man, I wish I could do that, blah blah blah. And we're human too, so you're not alone in that regard. But I think one lesson that our audience can already take from you, aside from the humility, always being a student and learning from everyone. I've learned from you, Devin. You probably don't think that, but you'd be surprised how much I've actually learned from you, by the way. But aside from all that, you're focusing on one goal at a time, and that's the game. That's the name of the game, man. If you focus on one goal at a time, you'll get there. You're going to be focused. You're going to really channel your efforts, and you're going to hit it. I think I'm sure it's been used many times in many cultures, but the last time I saw it, it was quoted as being a Chinese proverb, and it was, "He who chases two rabbits at once will lose them both." So you're focusing on that one rabbit at a time, and your strength will come back, man. You're built. I mean, you're built to lift heavy. You have like, you look at a weight and you put muscle on, and you get strong. So that's gonna come back. Don't worry about that. So But that's great, man. You're killing it. So you, the challenge, would you like to talk about the boot camp challenge? I know you were the winner, right? You were the male winner.
Yeah, I was. My team came in third out of 12 teams. But out of like the overall like male participant, yeah, I did win. I didn't even know we were doing that. So when that came out, I was amped because I busted my ass. And
Yeah.
so the challenge was an 8-week body fat challenge, like body fat loss, and there was 12 trainers. They all put together a team, and at the end of 8 weeks, it wasn't about weight loss or anything like that. Like we learned that like the number on the scale doesn't matter. We were focusing on like building muscle and losing body fat, and it doesn't matter because some people on your team they'll gain weight, but they'll drop body fat percentage.
Yeah.
And then that was the goal. Like the scale never doesn't matter. And so at the team at the end of 8 weeks, who lost the most body fat percentage wins. It's not who lost the most weight or nothing like that. But we came in third. Actually, Sean's team came in first.
My man.
I told him right in the beginning
Represent.
I was going to beat him. He came in first, and the lady on his team actually also came in first for overall female. So congrats to Sean. He worked them, and they did good. But yeah, on my team, we came in third, and I actually took the overall male spot for all the participants, and I ended up dropping. It was like 6-point-something% body fat and
Nice.
just over 15 pounds. And to me, like, I don't know, I was so amped just getting that recognition from everybody, and it felt like I don't look for recognition, but it was real nice to have like walking into the gym and all the members like congratulating me, the trainers and employees that I've never talked to, just noticing the hard work that I put in, and like that's not what I'm looking for, but I'm not gonna lie, it's nice. It boosts my confidence. Like I walked into the gym now with like a whole nother confidence level, and it makes me go harder. Like it makes me want to just do it all over again and just go be on a different level now that like the work that I've put in is paying off. Like there's these people at this gym, when like I've noticed, they don't like there's no one really just like slouching around, sitting around on their phone. Like everybody's here working, moving around, doing a class, working out, lifting, busting their butts like at all times. So I put that in my mind, like, and I still came out on top. And like this gym, there's really no slackers. So to me, like it was nice knowing that like my hard work paid off. And like I said, like I'm not here to brag about it, or that's not what I'm looking for, but like I can't lie, it's a great feeling. And I wasn't expecting to win. We didn't know that was going to be a thing, like a top male or nothing. So it was just like a surprise in it.
That's great.
And I like that confidence boost has really, like I've been saying to a couple of my friends, I had a drive and like a motivation at Boston Sports Club that like I couldn't get back. And recently I've been feeling that drive again and that motivation and lifts and stuff that I didn't have motivation to do, and workouts that I didn't have motivation to do, like in my day-to-day routine here. Like, I'm like, why did I have all this motivation and determination while I was at Boston Sports Club or like 2 years ago? But now I'm feeling that feeling again, those lifts that I didn't have time for or didn't want to put in the extra effort for, like I'm doing them now. it's like I just feel so good right now. And I don't know, that boot camp really blessed me, and it it made me want to go harder.
Well, Zach, congrats, man, and all that. It's all awesome stuff. I was also going to wonder too about during that 8 weeks, what specifically were you doing? 'Cause, clearly, it was a big transformation. So,
so yeah, the level 2 was mainly nutrition. So we did our in-body compositions, like we figured out our body fat percentage, our weights, like how much water we're holding, and I think it's the BMI. I'm not sure, like how many calories you burn, just like even just sitting there. And then we did like our average calories we'll burn in like a workout. And like me, I was aiming for 2,800 calories a day. But prior to that, I was only eating like 1,500.
Yeah.
Thinking like, let me cut all these calories. I'll drop mad weight. I was dropping weight, but my body fat percentage was going up. I started eating 1,200 more calories. I was dropping weight faster, and my body fat was going down. But I was eating the right food. It was calories my body needed, and so throughout these 8 weeks, it was literally 98% nutrition. We had 1 hour meeting with our trainer once a week, and it was like a small group training. We did like a circuit that was basically full body, and ours was Friday at 9:30. Did a bunch of like core hit workouts and stuff, just like a few circuits with our group, and then we were sent on our way. And like I said, the level 2 was basically like you had to stay on top of it yourself. It was the more advanced boot camp. You had less meetings with your trainer and your team. They just trusted you to be on your game, like outside of the gym. And so that whole 8 weeks was just something new for me. It was all nutrition. Like the workouts and stuff that we were doing, I was used to that stuff. It was stuff I was doing every day, deadlifts and planks and shoulder press, like everything. Like we just did just like a circuit workouts when we met. Other than that, this whole 8-week program was just all nutrition. Just getting our eating right. We did the first couple of weeks was a detox, and it was brutal. They wanted to get us to like our true numbers of like body fat, weight, like your water percentage, and we legit couldn't eat anything. It was like no fruits, no veggies, no sugars, like nothing but water, certain types of proteins, and like it was just like that. And they wanted us to drop our weight and just hit like once we stopped and we plateaued, they would take us off the detox. And it was confusing. I'm not, like I said, this nutrition stuff is all new to me, but I just listened to my trainer, and it ended up working out. I dropped like 8 pounds in the first couple of weeks, and then she started like introducing foods back. She'll introduce some fruits and some veggies, and we were trying to see what foods our bodies couldn't handle. So she would slowly introduce 1 or 2 foods back, and if that food were to make us feel like bloated or upset our stomach or something, we knew that this food was like the cause of that, and that's something that we shouldn't be eating. So then after like a week or so, she would introduce something else back. It was like one thing at a time to see if our bodies could handle that food. Like I found out my body doesn't handle carrots. Like I don't really eat carrots. No, carrots make me bloat. They upset my stomach, and I found that out through this detox. By introducing carrots back into my diet, I was feeling like, and I was eating a lot of carrots. I was coming in working out feeling like my stomach was upset, and I was always using the bathroom mid workout, and I didn't know why until I did the detox, and I figured out carrots were causing that, and I stopped eating carrots, and like it was, I don't know, it gave me a lot of insight on the food that I should be eating and shouldn't be eating, whether it was healthy or not. Like my body couldn't handle it. So this whole, like you said, this whole 8 weeks was strictly nutrition, and basically, it wasn't based on like training or anything. We just had that once a week meeting so we could hand in our food logs and talk with the trainer, do a little session.
That's awesome, man. Sounds like you kind of, from what you're saying, sounds like obviously you learned a lot from these coaches, and they really they taught you a lot of really cool stuff. But at the same time, they still, it was still you making all the big moves. You're focused really on the nutrition, and that's another lesson for everybody. A great takeaway, is you can train hard. You can train as hard as you can until the cows come home. You can't out train a bad diet. I mean, it's if your goals have to do with like body composition, so I mean, what you put in your mouth, on a daily basis is very, very important. So definitely a great takeaway there. It sounds like you said that earlier your kind of your drive, pun intended, and motivation were at a high point at BSC Wellington, and then it kind of dipped. Of course, for everybody, it dipped during COVID because everything the gym shut down, which was just a horrible mistake in my opinion. Not to get too political, but anyways, and then now it's back up, and it's kind of making a comeback, at Drive. I think it's atmosphere, right? It's atmosphere and environment.
Mm-hmm.
If you're around, like-minded people that want to work hard, that want to get better, that want to improve, growth-minded, and are there. Particularly the coaches are there to serve and to help people. How can you slack off, right? Everybody's busting their ass and kicking it into high gear. And I love how they did the boot camp challenge. By the way, I love that it was a challenge for everyone, and it was less. They didn't tell you about the competition aspect until the end, which I think is awesome, because you're only thinking about competing with yourself versus, I want to try to beat this other person, which that can be good, but I like how they structured that. And I feel like we're going to have the Drive custom fit people on here, Eric, because sounds like their values very much align with ours, and they're very heavy on culture, which that's something Eric and I talk about all the time, culture, values, and principles, and our why, our big why behind coaching. So Devin, that's awesome, man. I just got to tip the hat to you, man. Congratulations on winning that challenge and killing it. And I'll be honest with you, you look fantastic. I mean, you've really made a turnaround, and you, like I said, you've taught me a lot more probably than you realize. And I see your videos and I'm fired up. It fires me up to train hard, because I'm sitting there going, well, I gotta tighten up and keep my ass in here. So that's a great thing about social media, right? When we can kind of push each other in a good positive and productive way. So Devin, and if you don't want to talk about this, no pressure at all. So I just want to kind of open up with that. But when you and I had met outside of the gym, a couple times socially, you had talked to me about, you'd opened up about how there were some things that happened, years ago, and then maybe like there's some things that happened, and you, fitness was a way for you to kind of get away from that, former, kind of life, and get you to kind of where you are now. Would you like to talk about that at all, or do you want to save that for later?
Yeah, I don't mind getting into it a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, only if you want to, no pressure at all. I just, when you told me that story when we were hanging out at the brewery, it really inspired me, and I do think our audience would really love that if you'd be willing to open up.
Okay. Yeah. So fitness for me wasn't just like, oh, I'm fat, I need to lose weight. Like I was getting into a lot of trouble. Like with like, I don't know, with people, with the law, with everything. And no matter where I went, for some reason, I couldn't seem to not get in trouble. And I'm not blaming that on anybody. It's obviously choices that I've made, but just high school, always in trouble, whether it was violence or drugs or just it was a lot of violence and drugs is basically what it was. And that took a turn after high school, going to college. I ended up blowing my knee out and and like I said, I'm not blaming anybody, not blaming doctors or anything, but I was taking, painkillers for it and ended up not being able to play football anymore. So I started doing a lot of bad things that just led me down an even darker path that I didn't realize I was going down. And I was living life like lavishly, you know what I mean? I was making all this money and stuff, but I didn't realize how much trouble I was getting into. And until I really got caught up with the law back in 2014, 2015 timeline. I ended up getting arrested up in Maine and having to go to jail and fighting a case through all 2016 summer. This was like the first time I realized that all of these bad choices and these people I was hanging out with, this caught up to me. Living out of hotels and stuff, not being able to come back home because I had court dates every week and lawyer meetings and going $20,000 in debt for court fees and lawyers. And my mom was living down south at the time, so putting her through all this stress, she can't even come back to come support me at court. And I put like the people that loved me, I put them down. Nobody really knew what I was doing. Like, I was doing it in the dark. So when everything came to light, I felt like I was a disappointment for like all my friends and like my family. And like I got into some drugs, like prescription drugs and stuff. And that once I started doing stuff like that, that's where I went downhill and started just getting in with the wrong crowd, everything. And when I got sentenced back in 2016 up in Maine. And that's when I realized, like, when I was in jail, like, I will never be back in here again. Like, when I got out, like, I didn't do a lot of time, but I did enough time to make me realize that, like, this is not how I want to live. Like, I don't ever want to be back in a courtroom. I don't ever want to be back in a cell. Never want to have an encounter with like a cop again, and it be like a negative encounter. And like, I started to change my life. I realized like I need to move. I moved down south with my mom to Missouri. And that's was like, because I was realizing, all to the East Coast, New Hampshire, Maine, Mass, wherever I was just getting in trouble. So I'm like, let me go somewhere where I can't get in trouble. My mom lived in southern Missouri where you stand in her front yard and you do a 360, you see where the sky meets the ground every single direction. So I'm like, how could I get in trouble out here? Like, if I get in trouble out here, then there's something wrong with me. And so I stayed out there for like a year, and man, that changed my life. That changed my life. I found Nala. I found her on the side of the road. My first month living there, and she's been my rock ever since. She's saved my life. I brought like $7,000 down. She was the most expensive little rock ever. I, I spent that $7,000 on vet bills because she was like half dead. So it built character. It made me like have responsibility for something else. And other than like myself, I took like my mind off like everything else, like, and just worried about like what I can do to make this dog's life great and get her back to health. And so my days consisted of working and saving this dog's life. And every single day, I didn't have time to get in trouble. I didn't have time to worry about doing something illegal, and she took my mind off that. And ended up she saved my life. I always say it. She saved my life. But also living down there, I gained a lot of weight. And I didn't realize it until I moved back home.
That food is so good down there, man. I get it.
That food is so good. Like everything is fried. Everything.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
That's so good for you.
Every little corner store, gas station is just barbecue,
fried chicken, barbecue,
fried vegetables. Like everything is fried. So every day I was going out just eating barbecue, Mexican food, because like down south they just have Mexican food and barbecue. Mexican food and barbecue.
Oh my God, it's everywhere.
Like I lived close enough like to Arkansas. I lived a few hours away from Nashville, and so I went on a barbecue road trip with my friend, like halfway around the country. Every state we hit, we just had barbecue, and so like I was eating a lot, and like I didn't realize it. And I tell all my friends nowadays, just joking around when I'm hanging out with them, I'm like, dude, you should have smacked me across my face and like told me how big I was. Like I would have let you just really just knock some sense into me, because when I ended up stepping on a scale at one point, dude, I was 402 pounds. And that like I don't know, even thinking about it right now, it's like scary. People ask me like why, like I'm scared. I'm literally scared. Is one of my whys is I'm scared, like terrified to go back. Like I so strict with my diet and my routine, because like those memories of before literally terrify me. And that's one of my whys is I'm terrified of going back to the old me. But yeah, that's what brought me into fitness. Once I started like the dog got me out of trouble, moving got me out of trouble, and fitness kept me out of trouble. Once I started hitting the gym, I started just not. I stopped hanging out with the wrong crowd. I stopped smoking all the time. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing other drugs. Like I'm not gonna get into full detail, but like I said, like I went down a bad path of drugs, and the gym, it saved that. I was just every day looking forward to going to the gym in the morning. That's why I would stay there for like 3-4 hours, 5 hours. Yeah, just because I knew like if I left, maybe I'll get in trouble. maybe. And after building a nice routine, seeing the progress, meeting new people, networking with other people, like there's stuff that helped me at the gym that I've never told anybody. And it's like I've met people at Boston Sports Club and stuff like that I've worked for, done side jobs for. People offered me jobs just because my work ethic, seeing how hard that I'm working out in the gym. I've had people at the gym offer me jobs to come work for their company, and that's all the stuff that kept me out the streets, kept me away from stuff that I know is gonna bring me down. Is just by walking through these doors of this gym, like everything is like looking up. I got people offering me jobs. I got my health getting better. When I started working there, I was making money to basically work out. Like I don't. It was just being there. It felt good, and I was like, why would I risk throwing my life away? Why would I risk getting in trouble, being killed or in jail when I could just go to the gym? And I do that to this day. If I'm feeling frustrated or struggling with something, or something bad happens, or I get depressed, or like I just hit the gym. Like I feel like it cures everything. Every negative thing in my life, if I just go to the gym after a nice workout session, it somewhat feels fixed. Like whether it is, like it feels a little bit better.
Devin, thanks for opening up on all that. Yeah, I don't even know you, and I'm already more inspired, by hearing all this. I think exactly what you were saying. Sort of, obviously, your environment's going to mean a lot. So, where people you surround yourself with is going to make the difference to what your hobbies are going to be, and if you're hanging out with the wrong crowd, obviously that'll make a difference. But yeah, I like sort of how you've progressed over time, and your story would definitely be shed light to people that maybe are struggling now and need to kind of turn their lives around. So appreciate you opening up. I really appreciate that, especially from my end too. I mean, I didn't know anything about you, and I learned a ton. And I know what you said about exercise too is so true. Even myself and Demarco can agree. When you're having a bad day or things aren't going your way, you exercise, you feel better, and even if you slightly fix something, it might not be 100%.
Yeah.
Much better afterwards. So. And then sort of the thing you mentioned about networking and meeting new people at the gym, that's so key too. I mean, the more people you meet, the right-minded individuals, I mean, the more it'll keep you on your path and help you get better and better each day. So that's awesome, man. I love it. Stuff.
Like I might, like, to me, I feel like I'm just rambling on, but
It's good stuff.
Basically,
we love it, man.
Yeah.
Long story short, I feel like there's not a single negative thing that like a good gym and like good gym community
Definitely
like has. Like there's nothing negative in that like community, because just walking through the doors, everybody's there to lift you up, everybody's there to work hard. You're moving, you're bettering yourself, you're bettering your health and your mindset, you're networking, meeting people that are offering you things that are going to better your life or your health or your journey or your goals. And it's just like I've never encountered, like, yeah, the work might be hard, you might be doing the hardest thing that you've ever done in your life, working out, like especially like if you're just starting out. But like I don't like the results, everything, like just walking through the gym doors, to me I feel like is everything about it is a positive. There's a positive to it. There's no negatives. Like when you walk out the gym, like I don't feel like your life has depreciated in any negative way. So like I love coming here.
That's awesome, man. Well, that's a huge. I feel like this is turning into a promotion piece for Drive Custom Fit, which I'm totally all about. I don't even know these people, and I'm already very inspired by what they have going on. But that's the cool thing at Devin. You work there, so you see this firsthand. But Eric and I, we've been in the game for a good little while, and
Yeah.
it takes a tremendous amount of work to build a place and a culture where that's the case. That's amazing. I love hearing that, Devin. That's the reason I go to the gym. I'm not going to go super into detail, but I've opened up to you about this. I've told Eric about this, and our audience has heard this before. The gym saved my life too, and my dog too. My dog Nano.
Yeah.
That's like the big thing, right? Is who rescued the dog rescued me, right? And that's certainly the case, man. I love dogs, and taking care of a dog is very therapeutic. And so I'm with you 100% there. But yeah, working out, training, getting around the right kind of people and learning and developing, it helped me work through my mental health, problems that I have. I was on a couple medications, and, was drinking heavy, was a smoker. I don't know if I've ever told you that, Eric. I was a smoker. I started back in college, and it was a habit that started off socially, and then of course that's always how it starts, and then you end up picking it up. But it just like you, man. Devin, I was in a dark place as well, and working out in a good gym with a great atmosphere and environment definitely kept me out of trouble as well. So I think that's just a great you have a great story, man. People, I was telling Eric this earlier, like, this is, we're, not that our viewers are all from America, but most of them, like, what does America love, man? America loves a comeback story. Like, we love comebacks. Like, it'll be 30 years from now, we'll still be talking about that, New England Patriots Super Bowl, right? 28 to 30. And we love comebacks. We love people, people talking about, Tiger Woods coming back from his injuries and everything and winning the Masters, when everyone was saying that he was done, So, I'm inspired. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go freaking train right now. And I love your attitude. I love your mindset. And, you have, like I said, you have that humility, and you have the work ethic, man. That's the reason that's the reason I felt kind of drawn to you. Your I guess your energy and your aura. You were working really hard. I could tell you were super determined, because you were killing it, man. You were coming at it like the Terminator, and it was cool. I'm really glad we were able to kind of get to know each other, become friends before you ended up in New Hampshire. And I am super jealous that you get to see Sean Bryan every day, because I love that beautiful man very much. So, but I'm glad things are going well there. Do you have any questions, Eric? I feel like I've been talking a lot.
No, I was going to say, we go into the lightning round. We can dig a little deeper.
Yeah. Let's do lightning round. So no pressure, Devin. This is all. It's this or that. There's no right or wrong answer. And Eric and I are just going to kind of go back and forth and just have some fun with it.
Okay. So Devin, let's say, and you can even sum it up in a sentence or two, for people that are just getting started in their journeys for fitness, what would your advice be to them?
Man, just get up and go. Honestly, this is not going to start unless you just get up and just get to it. Whether it be go outside and go for a walk, go to the grocery store and then pick out some good healthy foods to start with for dinner that night, or go drive, walk, bike down to your local gym and get a membership. I just feel like you just got to get up off your butt and just go do it, to be honest. Like, that's the best way that I can describe starting. There's really no other tips to really start, and you'll learn. You'll learn from there. You'll have other people that are going to help you. Just like I said, you walk through that gym door, there's going to be someone there they're going to be able to help you. So you just gotta get up and go.
Get up and go. That's awesome. No, a great takeaway right there, man. If you could choose one superpower to have, what would it be?
To fly. I know, pretty generic and common, but
That'd be so sick, though. Let's be real.
I love traveling. And not just, I don't want to just time travel somewhere or just like teleport somewhere. Like, I like the visual aspects of seeing everything on my travels. So
Yeah.
like, and I like going to new places. So I fly in. I feel like I can do anything I've always wanted to do.
That's a great
And
answer.
see everything. I like the scenic view of all rides or anything. So I feel like flying, I'll be able to really enjoy my life so much more.
If you could fly, you could get to the barbecue places much faster, which would be very appealing to me. So I can get on board with that.
Speaking on the traveling front, is there a spot you're looking to go to in the next year or two?
Yeah, I'm actually looking to go down to Phoenix within the next month or two. Cause I was actually planning to move down there a couple weeks ago, and this was planned for a few months with one of my best friends. He's down there now. He just got there the other day. They did a road trip down, him and his girlfriend. But I told him I'd come down within like the next month, and just since I wasn't able to go with them. So Phoenix will be my next stop.
Awesome.
And I've never been there. I've been to a lot of places all over the country, a lot of states, but I've never been to Arizona. So I'm excited.
Yeah, never been either.
Arizona's fun, man. My aunt lived out there for a while. She's originally from California, Bay Area, and San Francisco and Oakland. But no, she loved it. She lived there for a few years. It's super fun. Where is the best barbecue that you've ever had?
The best barbecue is Todd Smoking Barbecue in Cumberland, Maryland. I will say that till the day I die.
Maryland, okay.
You will never in your lifetime, I don't care where you go, find better barbecue than this spot. It is permanently closed now, which is very depressing. But I got lost when I was moving down to Missouri. I did a road trip down with my buddy. And Demarco, you remember him, Darian, the big curly-headed kid I would take to go to the gym with? He's the one that actually moved down to Phoenix. And
oh, nice.
We did a road trip down to Missouri when I moved down there. He came out with me for the ride and flew back, but we got lost in Western Maryland on like the West Virginia border. And we ended up passing this little shack. It was literally like a little hut that was smaller than like a old one-car garage. And they just had one window in the front of it. And we passed it. We didn't know where we were going. It was like 11 a.m. And we were just like, you know what? Before we get lost, like, are you hungry? Like that barbecue spot, like, let's just go grab something. Ended up being the best food. Not even the best barbecue. This was the best food I've ever had in my life.
Damn.
In my life. And it was based off the ribs. And then the ribs, I have videos in my phone of like the plate of ribs.
I love it.
Man,
it was so good. I got it when I moved there. When I did my road trip back, I made sure I stopped there. I did another road trip out to Denver. I made sure I stopped there on the way. And then when I drove back from Denver, I made sure I hit it again. So like my road trips, when I go like across the country, like I make sure that Todd Smoking Barbecue is on my stop. Like, but they closed and I'm so mad. A couple years ago, I planned to go down there for my birthday for a weekend. Me and my boy were just going to drive down and get barbecue. And we didn't look on like Google or anything. We were just like, all right, let's go out. We're going to go. Like this restaurant place is not going to close. We weren't thinking that. And the night prior to us leaving, I got a text that it was a screenshot of like a Google search of Todd Smoking Barbecue, and it said it was permanently closed. And I didn't even know who the text was from. It was like a random number, but I just never saved it. I guess it was someone I ended up knowing, and they knew that we were going to go out there. And the message was like, "Isn't this the barbecue spot you're about to go to tomorrow?" And I was like, "No way!" And I Googled it, and on their Facebook page, like the owner was posting like, "Oh, after so and so many years, like our family business, like I need to spend more time with my family, so we're selling it. Like it's permanently closed."
Yeah.
I check once a week if they're back open. I promise you that.
He's
Once a
committed.
week,
I
I
love
check
it.
if they're back open. I love it.
Sticking to the travel.
You got me going with what's the
Yeah,
best
well-
barbecue.
Well, thinking of the traveling stuff, when you're on the road, if you're traveling somewhere, what's your go-to workouts? Like, what do you do when you're on the road?
All right, so ever since the fitness journey and stuff, I haven't traveled and lifted on the road, but that's something I think about all the time is going on vacation or something, and just like I want to work out on vacation in a different environment. Like I really want to go work out at Muscle Beach. Like I want to like show off the progress I've made and like do something with it, and I've always wanted to like go on vacation just to like work out basically. So I couldn't answer that question because it hasn't happened yet. I haven't lifted on like all my road trips and travels. It was before this journey, so I haven't experienced it yet.
It's awesome, man. Yeah. So Devin, if you had to choose, and no pressure, I'm not going to judge your answer, I promise. But if you had to choose only one piece of exercise equipment to use for the rest of your life for your own training, what would you choose?
And just one piece.
Yeah, or like, like one tool, if you will, one tool.
I think the barbell.
Yeah.
Like an Olympic barbell with some weights.
Yeah. No, you can't go wrong here.
Good answer, yeah.
And I know you want me to say the kettlebells, Demarco.
No pressure.
And
no
that would be the next choice. But the barbells, I am a big guy. I love like Olympic lifting.
Yeah.
Like cleans, deadlifts, squats, benches, all those lifts. I love those. And my all-time favorite lift is bench press. So I couldn't not go without that.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Go ahead, Eric.
When you're lifting, what's your go-to music?
The gym music.
Yeah.
I hate headphones. I hate, even if they're wireless buds or anything.
Yeah. I prefer just on the speakers, loudspeakers.
Anything on me, I feel is a restriction. Like in my mind, it's like mental. Like I can't wear a bracelet. I can't wear any jewelry. Like when I see people working out with like chains and like, I'm just like, how do you do that? Like, or like playing sports with like their jewelry on. I'm like, I don't know how. Like I was just working out with this kid here the other day, and he had like his jewelry in, and something ended up happening where like the cable hit his earrings, and like it literally pushed the back of his earring inside of his ear. And I was just like, he was like, get it out, get it. And I was like, this is why you don't wear jewelry when you're like you're doing this. Like
that's one of the things they always tell the kids, like playing basketball, especially like any contact sport, like take it out.
So I'm just whatever's playing. It could be nothing. I don't care. I'm just like, I don't even care about the music, to be honest.
I love it, man. So to keep it on the music theme, Devin, you are about to make your UFC debut. you're about to walk out
Oh,
and you're going to take on, let's say you're going to take on Conor McGregor. What is your walkout song when you're coming out to take on Notorious McGregor?
jeez, that's a hard one. Oh man,
Put pressure on him right now. Man.
putting pressure. I want it to be. I can tell you an artist I would like it to be.
Okay.
Definitely a Lil Wayne song.
Okay. I feel that. I could bump to that. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what song it would be.
No, Lil Wayne would be great. I mean, that's
I need
not a bad option at all.
But yeah, I can't think of one off the top of my head.
No worries, man.
I know that I can listen like a Lil Wayne song because there's a few like Wayne albums that when I do get into one of these like personal rooms here at Drive where you can like connect your phone to the aux speakers in the room, like there's like a Wayne playlist that
love it.
It's all like high energy.
Oh yeah,
music, not like his other like, but
yeah, that's how Eric.
They are the songs that really get me the most pumped.
Oh, for sure, man. Eric's like that with Eminem. I mean, that's certainly his go-to. So go ahead, Eric.
You say Eminem. For me, it's him and really any '90s hip hop. I love '90s hip hop.
Yeah.
You put on any '90s hip hop, I'll get down for sure.
See, like it's weird why this question's so hard for me. Also, is like music is like I don't listen to it in the gym, but music is such a big part of my life that
definitely.
Like I love music, and people ask me like, "What's your favorite song or what's your favorite artist or genre?" Artist would be Lil Wayne, but like genre or song, like I don't know. Like I will listen to anything if it's appealing to me, and a lot of music is appealing to me, whether it's blues or Beethoven, jazz, or
man,
like Spanish music, like African music, rap, country, like I'll listen to it all. Everything.
With you
so
there.
It's so hard.
Depends on the mood, right? And what you're doing. Yeah.
Trying to pick out like a song. Like it's hard.
Yeah. I feel you.
So who do you currently look up to? Who's your hero?
Who's my hero? There's a couple people that I look up to, and Demarco, one of them's you. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not saying that to be a kiss ass. I will tell people till this day that I feel like Demarco is the one that really kick-started. And like obviously I started this fitness journey myself, but like to this day, like I can't think of anybody else that has helped me more in this. And I can't think of anybody else that if I really need a question answered or someone to vent to about shit like struggles, like I feel like my go-to person I think of is Demarco, man. Like, cause like I'm not gonna say my father or my parents or like anybody in my like I don't really like have a family. You know what I mean? Like my boy Darian, he's another person I'll honestly say he's my same age, but I always tell him I want to be like him when I grow up.
Yeah.
He's the same age as me, but for like if I could just be even 1% like him, like I feel like I'd be good in life. Like he's like one of the best people I know ever. So like my circle's small. There's not too many people that I really like look up to because I never had that guidance in life. So it's like I would like to say me, like I look up to myself. I've kind of taught everything that I know like on my own, whether it be sports or whatever. But man, I'm Darian and Demarco. I'm telling you, you guys are
What an honor, DeMarco.
Wow, man, Devin, I really appreciate that, man. That's very,
DeMarco, I'll tell
very
you to
humble.
this day, you've saved my life, and I probably told you that a bunch of times. Like, you've literally saved my life.
Well,
Like
you've given
like
back a
right
lot
now,
too.
I promise you, if I never met you or joined BSC or whatever, like I would either be in jail or dead. That's how I think of it, like a 100% case scenario with the path that I was going down. So, I mean it when I tell you, like, you saved my life, like legit, like saved it.
Damn,
You,
bro.
Darian, and Nala,
Powerful.
you guys, you,
Thank
Darian, and
you. Definitely not. Nala is definitely number one on that list for sure.
Nala.
Because Nala definitely has a sweeter face. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
No, Devin, thank you. Those are very, very, very kind words. And we're gonna let that be the last lightning round question because that's a mic drop moment. Devin, I'm not gonna lie, my eyes are a little puffy right now. Anyways, like in a good way. Yeah, man, you just having a great story, man. And selfishly, I wanted our audience to learn about you and to learn about your story and be inspired. I'm fired up. I mean, I'm ready. Today's a rest day, but I'm kind of fighting the urge to go train right now. As my daughter naps, and you're again, it's the ultimate comeback story, man. We love a comeback story, and it's inspiring, and your attitude it is infectious. That's the reason I wanted you to work at BSC. Like selfishly, I just wanted to see you more.
Yeah.
I knew that it was going to be great for you to again, it's great when you work at the gym because you get a free membership and you get paid to be there. So it's like it's a sweet deal if you enjoy working out. Sounds like you have that and even more at Drive Custom Fit, which is awesome, man. But you got a great work ethic, man, and there's a lot of you have given us a tremendous amount of value in this hour that we have spent together. I've learned a lot from you. I'm very inspired. I'm very touched by what you said. Like very touched. Yeah, I mean that. That's the things you said were very kind, and it's funny how we act like tough guys in the gym, right? We work out, we lift weights, we blast our Lil Wayne and our Eminem and Metallica, and we beat our chest while we're hitting our PRs. But when you sit down and you talk, and we kind of quote unquote let the proverbial hair down, and level with each other. We're human too, right? And we have emotions, and I'm very touched and humbled by what you said. And that is I'm inspired. I got to step my freaking game up because I've got stuff I got to work on my end as well. So, if our audience could take anything from this, we're all a work in progress. We've all got things to work on. And, that's awesome. I'm going to definitely replay this just for myself, just so I can pick up more awesome value. Devin, where can people find you, man? Where can they find you on social media to connect with you and kind of keep in touch? Because I would love for anybody who's listening to this or watching this, if you took something of value from this, please send a message to Devin. Let him know how inspired you are, and just kind of join the community. And let's push each other to get better.
Yeah. As of right now, I only kind of use Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I don't use really anything else. I have Snap and Twitter and stuff, but I'm not active. And my Instagram is at D Naylor Fitness. And I haven't been posting actively recently.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of been just keeping on the DL. I've been focusing on me really, and just trying to get to my goal. I do post on my story a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I go live sometimes while I'm doing workouts, and I'll post some transformation stuff here and there, or a bunch of workouts that I've done on my story. But I told myself that I was gonna stay away from the post until I kind of want to surprise people. So I've been slowing down with the posting. I'm still very active. communicating with people,
Yeah.
showing love on everybody's post, answering DMs. I'm very active on Instagram. I just haven't been posting.
Man, you're focused. I mean, you're like the Terminator, man. You're focused on the goal, which I love. I think that's great.
I don't want people to think I ain't working just because I ain't posting.
No, you're definitely working. I told Eric, actually, when I sent him one of your posts, I said, be prepared for the person you meet online to look a little different, because this is kind of an old post, and he's done a good bit of work. So no, that's great stuff, Devin. Eric, do you have anything you want to kind of finish with or ask him before we kind of close up?
No, not really. I think we covered a lot of ground, and at the end you summed it up well, and Demarco, you summed it up well as well. So yeah, I think we're good to go.
Thanks, man. Well, Devin, again, I want to thank you so much for your time, brother. One of the things I love most about you, and again, my circle also has kind of shrunk as things have kind of progressed. Like, I've got a daughter now. I'm busy, like, with my family, and I'm happily busy. I'm not complaining about it. I love my girls. I've got my wife, my daughter, and my dog, and my 3 girls that keep me very busy all the time. And as a result, and out of necessity, like, I don't spend time with a lot of other people. I do have kind of a slowly shrinking circle. I'm not cutting anybody out, but you know what I mean? But with you, with Eric, with Sean, with my buddy Mike, and my strong squad, as I call them, I leave every interaction with you guys better, inspired, enlightened, and having grown. And I think that's really what it's all about. It's one of my favorite parts about this podcast. If we literally just have one person watching and we have no subscribers, we're all still winning, because we're learning from each other, we're growing, and we're developing. And I've learned so much from you, Devin. You have no idea. I want to hopefully continue to encourage you from afar, and just say that the hard work is not unnoticed. The results are showing for themselves. You're freaking celebrity at Drive. Like, they need to just freaking pay you to be their like spokesperson. Because you are just like, I mean it. I seriously mean it, by the way. Which you obviously work there, so you are getting paid. But anyways, I love this. I love how we're all, again, we are, Deadlifts, Dogs, and Dad Jokes, the podcast. We're here to help you become your best self and, have fun along the way. And I just think that's great. We definitely accomplished that within this hour. We're probably over an hour. I feel like we definitely, we got into it, which is great. Yeah. So let's close up with our dad jokes, and then we will kind of tie this thing up. So I'll go first. I'm going to go.
I was that joke.
No worries, man. No worries. I texted it to you late, so you're good. How busy I've been with my girls lately, but I'm going with the low hanging fruit on this one, and I'm sorry, y'all. I have to. Did you hear about the Will Smith incident at the Oscars?
Yes,
of course. Yeah. Some would say it was his biggest hit in 2022.
Oh.
So yeah. Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, you have one, Devin, or no?
I don't. These on the spot things are pretty tough for me.
No pressure, man. What you got, Eric?
Why are elevator jokes so classic?
I don't know. Why?
They work on many levels.
Yeah, that's great.
But
it's awesome. Well, fellas, as always, it's been a blast. I love doing this podcast with you. You have no idea, and want to thank everybody so much for watching. Like I said, I hope you got a great, tremendous amount of value from this, like I did. And we're here to help you become your strongest self and have fun along the way. And as always, remember to train your body and feed your mind.